Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dharmakrodjitakaita gotra paramo nyamatkaranam sutam. Dharmakrodjitakaita gotra paramo nyamatkaranam sutam. Vejangastavamatravastru shivadam tapatrayon munanam. Vejangastavamatravastru shivadam tapatrayon munanam. Shrimad bhagavate mahamunikute kimva purad ishvara. Shrimad bhagavate mahamunikute kimva purad ishvara. Sadhyo hridya varudyate prakritiji sushusubhistaptanat. Sadhyo hridya varudyate prakritiji sushusubhistaptanat. You ready? Time to yes. Purport. Religion includes four primary subjects, namely pious activities, economic development, satisfaction of the senses, and finally liberation from material bondage.
So, the ultimate aim is liberation from this conditional life, bondage. We are conditioned in every way. We can experience. As soon as we are embodied in a material body, immediately we are conditioned. Just like as soon as we enter in some state, just like we have come from India, I have come from India. In your state, so I am immediately conditioned by the immigration department. It is not. So, this is the material world, this is the system. As soon as you enter a particular type of body, you are conditioned. That's why while walking in the St. James Park, the dust and the swans, when they saw that we are coming near, they immediately dropped into the water. Because the duck is thinking that he is safe in the water. And if somebody snatches me to put me down in the water, then I shall protest. He is also a living entity. I am also a living entity. I am afraid of being put into the water, and he is seeking shelter into the water. Water is the same. Why one is seeking shelter and why one is afraid of? This is material world. Because I am conditioned in a separate body, and the duck is conditioned in a separate body. The trees, some trees are going upwards and some trees are going downwards. These are the conditions. Deha Jogin or Dehina. So we are being put into different conditions under different types of bodies. So liberation means that one shall not be under any condition. Just like Krishna, he is not under any condition. That is liberation. We can also, because we are part and parcel of Krishna, we can also become without any condition. Just like Narad Muni. Narad Muni is traveling in the space because he is liberated soul. is not conditioned. But because we are conditioned, we cannot travel in this space without the help of some machine or something else. This conditional life is going on anywhere you go within this material world. There are innumerable universes, and each and every universe there are innumerable planets of different climatic conditions. Just like we find the climatic condition in the moon is different from the climatic condition of this earth. The climatic condition of sun is different from the climatic condition in earth or from the moon. Each and every planet, each and every universe is differently conditioned. That is the beauty of Krishna's creation. Kesava Jagata Vichitra, Bhaktivedant Thakur has sung. Kesava, my dear Lord Krishna, your creation is so full of variety. That's the fact. But all these conditions are not very liking to us. We are trying to be liberated from all conditions. Therefore, liberation is the ultimate goal, as it is here stated. Religion includes 4 primary subjects, namely pious activities, economic development, satisfaction of the senses, and finally liberation from material bonds. So, the ultimate goal being liberation, we have to adjust things, targeting to that point. That is real human civilization. The Vedic civilization is based on this view that all the conditioned souls, why they have become conditioned? The reason is they revolted against Krishna. They wanted to imitate Krishna. That is the mentality everywhere. You know, everyone says, oh, I don't care for God. I don't care for anything. I am at liberty to do anything. Just the hippies, they say, we don't care for anything, state laws or conventions or police or anything. The idea is that everyone is wanting liberation behind, because that is our constitutional position, liberation. So everyone is trying to be liberated. So, in the body lower than the human being, there is no question of liberation. There is no question. Out of the 8,400,000 of species of life, 8 million and at least 300 species, 3,000 species of life, there is no question of liberation. They must live under the conditions of material nature. Prakita kriyamanani gunai karmani sa. You have accepted this material body voluntarily for enjoying this material world. You enjoy it to the fullest extent under the condition of stringent laws of material nature. Now, in the human form of life, civilized human form of life, your consciousness is now developed. There is a chance to understand why you are conditioned. You don't want condition, you want liberation. This question arises in the human form of life, not in the cat's life, dog's life. No. So we should remember, this is the difference between other bodies and this body. Here we become awakened that why I am conditioned. Just like Sanatana Goswami when he approached Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was minister, great man, very opulent. So, the first question was put before Lord Chaitanya. Kiyami kano mori japi tapotro. My dear masters, I have come to you to ask the first question, what I am, why I am conditioned to suffer three kinds of miserable condition of life, always. Why you are using this fan? Because I am conditioned. I cannot bear too much heat or too much cold. As soon as I go out in the park, I was covering. So these questions should arise. That why I am conditioned. Sometimes I am covering, sometimes I want fan. So this is the actual human life, not that simply imitating the animals, how to eat, how to sleep, how to sex. No. Shastra says that is already established. Don't worry. Just like the swans and the ducks in Central, they don't worry. Oh, what to eat? But they are getting their eatables. They don't go to office, to factory, even the swans and ducks. And what to speak of human beings. This is nature study. That the swans and ducks they are getting at home. They are getting their sex life. Immediately, everything is there. According to their standard, everything is there. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, these are the four things required for this body. But even a small duck and swan, he has got everything ready there in sentence part. He does not go to the Downing Street. So why don't you study? Say, if a swan is provided with all the necessities of life, why I shall not be? I am so much developed human being. Why I am so much busy in economic development? This is called illusion. But one who is advanced in knowledge, he knows that if the swan is already provided with all the necessities of life, then I shall also be provided with all the necessities of life. There is no need of endeavoring for it. That is a fact. That is a fact. Tasyaiva heta prajateta kovida nalabhate jad bhamatam uparjatha tallabhati dukkha badannata sukham kalena sarvatra gavira danghasa. By the force of time, just in due course of time, everything, whatever you require, it will come. Just like I was talking to you, that in my childhood, we heard so much about London city, so I was deciding when I shall go to London. Now in due course of time, I am walking in London. So Krishna has provided everything for you. Don't worry. Therefore our main business should be how to develop Krishna consciousness. We should not bother about other things. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maitri. But the things are there, so even these are the problems. Therefore they must be based on religion. Religion means to become well-behaved, to abide. That a good citizen means well-behaved, to abide by the state laws. The first thing is religion. To learn how to become God conscious. This is the first business of human society. But they have rejected religion. They have become secular. Secular, what does it mean, secular? Secular means don't care for any kind of religion. Just work very hard for economic development, day and night. This is the modern civilization. No, that is misleading. From the very beginning of life, just like Prabhupada Maharaj advised, Kumaro acharit pragya dharmana bhagavatani ho. The boy, he was 5 years old boy. He said, my dear, he was preaching amongst his class friends. This is Vaishnavism. Even if I, just like our Saraswati, Ramchandra's daughter, she also preaches. She goes sometimes, do you know what is Krishna? If somebody says, no, I do not know. The Supreme Personality of God. You see? This is natural. Simply, one has to be given the chance, because this, small girl has got the chance to live amongst Krishna conscious people from the very birth. He's developing that. I shall also preach. I shall also preach. Developing. Similarly, advancement of Krishna consciousness means you will be, pushed how to preach. How to preach, that is one of the signs. Savanam Kirtanam. If you have heard nicely about the Krishna consciousness movement, then you must, next stage is Kirtanam. Kirtanam means preaching, chanting. Kirtanam. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu. So that is our main business from the very beginning of life. Kaumarang asarit pragya dharmana bhagavatanya. This human form of life is so rare. After many, many millions of births, many, many millions of years, rotating through different species of life by the evolutionary process, we have come to this human form of life. In this life also, if you are simply engaged in the matter of eating, sleeping, sense gratification and defending, then where is the advancement? No advancement. So that inquiry should be there. That what I am put into these tribulations of conditional life under the laws of nature. Unless this question arises in one's mind, he is not a human being. He is animal. That Sanatana Goswami went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and although he was minister, very learned scholar, he said, my dear Lord, people eulogize me as very big man, learned man, minister, but I know that I do not know what I am. This is my position. Gramma Bhavahare Kahoye Pondi, Sottakari Mani. The people, the ordinary people, common people, they say that you are so great scholar, so rich man, minister. They say like that. But I know that I am full number one. I do not know what I am. This is the position. So people should know, everyone should know what he is, what is his constitutional position, why he is under so many conditions of life, how to get liberation. These are the questions. These questions are called Brahma Jignasa. That is the beginning of Vedanta. Vedanta. Veda means knowledge. Anta means end. So long we have acquired knowledge in so many departments, but that has become useless because either I am a great scientist or great botanist or great politician. I am conditioned by the laws of materialism. They will say, Sagunamayi mama maya durata. So you become Professor Einstein or Nelson or Clive or this or that. You are conditioned by materialism. You cannot overcome. Everything will be finished. He may stand as a statue in a Trafalgar Square. Not he, it is a lump of matter. But nobody can say when Mr. Nelson has gone, when Mr. Clive has gone. Nobody can say. Therefore, human civilization should be based on first of all religion, dharma. And what is that dharma? That I have several times explained. According to Prabhupada Maharaj, dharmana bhagavatam. Dharma means God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. That is dharma. That is religion. Dharmana bhagavatam. So from the very beginning, in schools, in primary schools, this Krishna consciousness should be taught. That is real civilization. Unfortunately, there is no such arrangement. So you go to the authorities, and the so-called authorities, rascals, inform them that take this education, introduce in the schools, colleges, then there will be peace and prosperity. Otherwise there will be hippie, that's all. You may have very big universities, educational system, but the production will be hopeless, confused hippie. That's all. From the very beginning, the whole system should be changed, rascal civilization. Religion first religion, then past activities. I belong to this religion, but what is your activity? Now divorce number 1. Okay? And the other day the boy was acting religion, blasphemy, but from his appearance it looked like his divorce number 1. Okay? So they fight simply on false prestige of so-called religion. Religion means pious life. That is religion. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. That is religion. Religious life, pious life. So in the human society, the first thing is that there must be religion, and religion means pious life. Every religion, just like Christian religion teaches, pious life. Thou shalt not kill. And I am killing 24 hours, and still I am proud of becoming a Christian. So religion means pious life. And on pious life, you earn your livelihood. Although your livelihood is already fixed up, your provision for living condition is already fixed up. Still, because you think that without working, I cannot live nicely, all right, economic development, but because first of all your life is religious, because you are living pious, then you can earn your livelihood according to your defined status. The status is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. In every human society, this natural division of the society are already there. The intelligent class of men, they should study all these shastras, all this Vedic literature thoroughly, they should advise the politicians, my dear Mr. Minister, you just rule, make rulings like this on this principle. They will advise the Brahmanas, intelligent class. And the Kshatriyas, they will administer and see that the people are executing actually religious life. That is the duty of the state. The police is there not for harassing you. If you take a twig from the tree, and he will come. Why you have taken? You have got that experience? Because they are not on business and trifle things, they are very busy. Oh, come on with me, arrest them. They have built up their empire by exploiting the whole world. And if somebody takes a twig from the sentient part, he is arrested. Because there is no religious life. Fools, rascals, they do not know how to rule over. On trifling things, they command. And when there is pickpocket, they will go away. You ask police, they will pass. Okay? So without religious life, so-called economic development it means implication. Is becoming implicated. Satsanga chhari koinu asate bilas te karone lagilo mor karmabandha farm. Why there should be thieves? If the society is based on religion, why there should be thieves? Why there should be rogues? There cannot be, because they are not trained. The same boys and girls, European boys, American boys and girls, that's a think of their past life. And now this life, why there is difference? Because it is based on religion. Based on religion. Therefore religion, then economic development. Dharmena hina pasubhi sama. Atma dharma or bhagavad dharma. Atmanam sarvato rakse. The Shastra says, to protect yourself, that is what is called, in English there is a proverb, self-preservation is the first law of nature, what is that? So self means soul. Your soul may not fall down. That is your first business. Atma means soul, mind and the body. So we are taken body. Everyone is prepared. Now people are not even anxious how to protect this body. They violate so many laws of eating, sleeping, mating and become diseased. Even they do not know how to protect this body, what to speak of the mind and the soul. They are so rested. Atmanam sarvatu rakshi tatu dharma tatu dhanam. That is the version in the Vedic literature. That try to protect yourself first, then dharma, then your religious principle, then dhana, then money. But at the present moment, they don't care for the self, they don't care for religion, they want simply money. So our Krishna consciousness movement is not one-sided. It is not that people may think that they are sentimentalists and simply chanting and dancing. No. There is volumes of philosophy of life from all angles of vision. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. From the point of religion, from the point of economic development, from the point of sense gratification, and from the point of ultimate liberation, go back to home, back to God. It is so nice movement. Unfortunately, of course people are gradually trying to understand the gravity of this movement, but at least you should know the gravity of this movement. It is not ordinary movement. It's not a sentimental. It is most scientific, authorized movement. How to make people happy in this world and in the next. Dharma Artha Moksha. Because ultimately we must have liberation. This is the chance. Now this liberation, there are different types of liberation. 5 kinds of liberation. Sajujya Mukti, Saruppa Mukti, Salokpa Mukti, Shastri Mukti. Sajujya, Saruppa, Salokpa, Shastri, Samippa. Mukti, liberation. There are different kinds of liberation. The first liberation, as the Gyanis or the speculators want, it is another side of voidism, to merge into the existence of the Absolute. They don't want varieties, because they have got a very bad experience of the varieties in the material world. They, as soon as there is question of varieties, they become saddened. Oh, again varieties. They do not know that there is blissful varieties in association with Krishna. They cannot accommodate in their brain on account of poor fund of knowledge. Therefore they want Sajujya Mukti, to merge into the existence of the, to become one with the Supreme. That is possible. You can have it. But if you lose your individuality, then you can get eternity, but you cannot get blissful life of knowledge because you lose your individuality. So that is suicide. But a living entity, being individual soul, he cannot remain in that impersonal state of life. Because the other 2 factors, namely acquired knowledge and acquired blissful life, is wanting there. It is simply negation of this material variety, or eternity only. So, but there are 2 other parts, Chit and Ananda, that is absent there. So because it is not fully realized, therefore such living entities who take Sajujya Mukti, they again fall down in due course of time. Because he doesn't get in the Sajujya Mukti the other 2 parts, component parts of his life, blissfulness and knowledge, full knowledge. Arujya Krichena Paranga Padanga Tata Patanti Adha Anadita Jismadangaya. The impersonalist Mahabhadis, they undergo serious austerities, penances, and rise up to the Brahma effulgence, becomes merged into it, but again falls down. The spark, it enters the flame of the fire, but there is again chance of falling down. So Sajujya Mukti, Saruppa Mukti, to have for Vaishnavas, they don't accept this Sajujya Mukti, to merge into the existence of the Lord. They accept Saruppa Mukti. Saruppa Mukti means to have the same features of the body, like Vishnu. In Vaikuntha Lokas, all the living entities, devotees, they have got 4 hands. And only in Krishna Loka, Krishna has got 2 hands, and his devotees also have 2 hands. In other lokas, Vaikuntha Lokas, there are innumerable Vaikuntha planets. Narayan is the predominating deity, Lakshmi Narayan. And those who enter such planets, they get the same bodily feature, exactly looking like Narayan. You have seen the picture of the Vishnu Duta who came to deliver Ajami. They were exactly looking like Narayan. The same helmets, the same ornaments, exactly. You can understand, just like your president or queen. If you are also dressed, you will also look like queen. Or if you are dressed, you will look like the president. But that does not mean you are president or you are queen, simply by dressing. Similarly, although the devotees and the living entities, they get the same feature of the body, just like Narayan, Vishnu. They are not Vishnu Tattva. That is called Sadhujya Sarupa. Similarly, Saloka, to live in the same planet. Samipa, to live nearby. Near, exactly with Narayan. That's like we are living together. Similarly, you can live with Narayan, Samipa, side by side. These are the different kinds of liberation. So, this liberation should be the ultimate goal of life. How to get this liberation? Go back to home, back to Godhead. That should be our mission. Not for this so-called economic development. That is already fixed up. It's like in our Christian society, we are not very much anxious for economic development or sense gratification. We are simply interested how to develop our Krishna consciousness. But the economic question becomes automatically solved. It is not that we are serving, we have no sense gratification, the married couples are there, nothing is prohibited. Everything is there, but it is adjusted. Adjusted. Not like cats and dogs. It must be adjusted according to rules and regulations. That is equal. That is religious life, that is pious life, and then you become advanced in Krishna consciousness, and ultimately you get liberation. Next. Read.
Irreligious life is a barbarous condition.
Irreligious life is barbarous condition. That is not civilized life. There must be religion. And religion means to know God. That is religion. God.
Indeed, human life begins when religion begins. Eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating are the four principles of animal life. These are common both to animals and to human beings. But religion is the extra function of the human being. Without religion, human life is no better than animal life. Therefore, in human societies, there is some form of religion which aims at self-realization and which makes reference to man's eternal relationship with God.
So at the present moment, a religion is being sacrificed. So it is animal society. The other day, the gentleman was repeating, then we are animals. I say that you are not only animals, there are other animals. You are Western animals, there are Eastern animals. They are all animals. We can challenge any scientist, any philosopher, because they are godless. There is no religion. They are all animals. This is our declaration. Animals. We don't take as human beings. They are simply animals. Let them prove that they are not animals. Let them come here and prove that they are not animals.
In the lower stages of human civilization, there is always competition to lord it over the material nature.
That is going on. The great two wars began from Europe simply on this basis. The German and Englishman. The Englishmen, by their colonization, they made the whole world red in the map. Africa, Asia, India, America, Canada. And the German thought, so these shopkeepers' nation, Hitler used to say, shopkeepers' nation, how they have occupied the whole world, and we are so intelligent. We are manufacturing so many things, we have no market to sell. That is the cause of the two great wars. This is the fact. Anyone, any politician, any gentleman knows what was the cause. The cause was Germany is always envious of England. Why this enviousness? Because England wants to lord it over, send Lord Clive to India to exploit. And the German wants that we have got so many things manufactured, we cannot sell. That is the cause of war. Lord it over. Everyone is trying to lord it over. The whole economic situation. Everyone is trying to become the lord of all I survey. Yes. In the lower stage of civilization, in the lower stage of human civilization, there is always competition to lord it over the material nature. That is the lowest stage of human civilization. But that is passing on as the highest stage of anyone who has developed to how to exploit the resources of nature. That nation is called to be very highly civilized or advanced. But that is the lowest stage of civilization. Everyone is trying to make economic development by exploiting the world, digging the earth, the mines. This is lifestyle, just like animal civilization. Next.
Driven by such consciousness, man turns to religion. There's always competition to lord it over the material nature. Or in other words, there's a continuous rivalry to satisfy the senses.
Yes, the basic principle is to satisfy the senses. Sense gratification is there. There must be. We have got senses that must be satisfied. But that sense has gratification should be based on religion. Religion, dharma, artha. Artha. The sense gratification means economic development. Without economic development, we cannot enjoy our senses. But everything should be based on religion. That is human civilization. Without religion, simply gratifying the senses or so-called economic development, that is animal civilization.